People love to quote Hemingway about Paris being a movable feast, but most people don't realize what that even means or what he was doing here. He was grinding, observing, just living, honing parts of himself so he can be at his purest. That's the Paris I'm looking for. A croissant at Tranche that proves simplicity is earned. A plate at La Servan that proves confidence takes restraint. A tiny dining room like Dilia, where the food feels personal and the cook is always present. Paris will sharpen you if you let it.
Paris does not rush to prove itself. It doesn't have to. You feel the weight of its history on every corner. But you can't beat history. So you look for people doing the work today. You start at Tranche Bakery, a place that proves a proper pastry is not about showing off. It's about execution. A croissant here shatters in your hand. It reminds you that true simplicity is earned, layered by layer. For lunch, you go to Petit Vendome, a simple baguette sandwich, cured meat, good cheese, nothing to hide behind. It forces the kitchen to rely entirely on the quality of the product. It's an everyday ritual that commands respect, served in a room that hasn't changed its rhythm in decades. When the sun shifts, so does the energy. You sit down at La Servan, a room that hums with absolute purpose. Plates that lean heavily on classical French technique, but pull in global acid and heat. It shows that restraint takes immense confidence. You must pay attention. You find that same focus at Dilia, hidden away in the 20th arrondissement, a tiny, uncompromising dining room, with food that feels intensely personal. The chef is always present. You realize quickly that you are eating their perspective as much as their ingredients. And then Café du Maz proves the neighborhood bistro is still alive and well. It's welcoming, unpretentious, a room that knows exactly what it is and exactly who it's serving. No ego, just good food holding a community together.
Montmartre has long been a hill for people who need perspective. A village first, then a refuge for misfits, chasing cheap rent and good light. It wasn't Hemingway's scene. This was painter's territory. Picasso, Magellani, Renoir, Lautrec. All those years of creative energy is ever present. You can feel it in the streets. But Paris is shifting. You feel it in places like Clown Bar and Lissit, where innovative chefs are reshaping French cuisine without carrying the weight of its history. It's fresh, intentional, new. Old and new sharing the same block without fighting for the spotlight. And that's how it should be.
You see that shift clearly when you walk into a place like Clown Bar. The historic Belle Epoque tiles might still be on the walls, The plates belong to right now, unburdened by the heavy sauces of the past. It's fresh, direct, intentional. Food that playfully subverts your expectations of what a Parisian meal should look like. Lissit takes that same intentionality and distills it even further. An innovative chef shaping French food without carrying any of its historical baggage. Textures and acids play off of each other in a room that feels like a blank canvas. It's modern French dining at its sharpest. Then you walk into Juveniles, and the anchor drops. A wine shop that actually cooks, or a restaurant with a lot of wine. Either way you look at it, it's fabulous. I had the stuffed squash, deeply savory and comforting, followed by the duck. Earthy, grounded, a meal that holds steady and reminds you why the city's culinary foundation is so strong, while the rest of the world spins around it. When the afternoon hits, you find yourself at the Loir dans la Theiere in the Murat. A cozy, mismatched space that feels like stepping into a bohemian living room. I had a pumpkin goat cheese tart and an onion Gruyere tart. Rich, buttery, unapologetic. And then a massive, uncompromising slice of lavender cream cake to finish. The dessert tray is a permanent fixture of the room. You go up and pick it yourself. This place serves food that demands you drop whatever schedule you thought you had and grab yourself a seat. There's a raw, loud pulse to the city too. You feel it at La Moray before a match. The anticipation builds in the room. I had the beef tartare and perfectly crisp fries, salt, fat, and the collective nervous energy of football fans gearing up for the first whistle. Then the Parc des Princes. Inside, a completely different frequency of Paris. A reminder that the city isn't just cafes and museums. It's alive and it's loud. That same gritty energy feels alive in the 18th arrondissement at Brasserie Goutte, a scrappy microbrewery making sharp, spicy, hyper-local beer, and is city famous for its wine. It's Paris refusing to be put in a box, brewing with the neighborhood's multicultural rhythm in mind.
If you want to understand modern Paris, skip the monuments and walk into a wine bar in the early evening. No reservations, no ceremony, just people living, working, drinking, taking in the day. Wine is not a trend here, it's a language. It pulls strangers into the same conversation. Sets the trend for every night. You can learn more about this city with a glass of wine in your hand than you ever will on a tour.
Delicatessen Cave is exactly where the evening finds its rhythm. Walls lined with natural wine bottles. Opened without a lecture. Just good pours and good conversation setting the pace of the night. You drink what they tell you to drink, and it's always the right choice. The language of the city isn't just wine, nor is it beer. Places like La Syndicat are treating cocktails with obsessive purpose, celebrating forgotten French spirits, redefining the aesthetic of a Parisian night out. This place feels like a secret you're lucky to be let in. Bar Nouveau strips away the noise entirely, more intimate, precise. They take the classic cocktail format and sharpen it into something entirely modern. Every movement behind the bar has a purpose. And your purpose is to be there. And then there is Bisou. A bar with no menu, just a conversation. I asked for something distinct, and they built an agave cocktail layered with pear liqueur and chocolate. And then a vodka-based drink laced with cumin liqueur and fresh herbs that was completely out of this world. Drinks built on trust, not a script. That's how the world should work.
This is why Hemingway's line stays with me. Paris is a movable feast because it requires you to put work in, but it pays you back twofold. I'd ask you to slow down, look closer, taste again, and when you do, the city opens up. Not with nostalgia, but with craft, care, intention. With energy, with young cooks and bakers and winemakers pushing things forward. That's the Paris I came here for. Make a wish. Make a wish.